All right, today we are diving into something really interesting. It's a concept called the Millennial Pharaoh. Think of it like a blueprint for building, well, a true generational powerhouse.
Okay, let me ask you something. Imagine, what if you could just cherry-pick the absolute best traits from the last 4 generations? From the baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. What kind of unstoppable person would that even create? Well, believe it or not, there's actually a name for that idea. It's called the Millennial Pharaoh. Yeah, and it's basically this conceptual archetype, a kind of powerhouse hybrid that's built for the world we live in right now.
Now, to be super clear here, the Millennial Pharaoh isn't like a real person walking around. It's a model, right? It's an archetype. It's all about strategically blending the strongest attributes from 4 completely different generations into one single, incredibly effective way of approaching life and work.
And listen, this has absolutely nothing to do with your actual age or what you were born. It's all about building a timeless hybrid mindset. Seriously, anyone from any generation can tap into this. It's about who you aspire to be, not how old you are.
Okay, so how do we actually build this thing? Where do we start?
Well, it all begins with the foundation, with the personality. What's at the very core of this timeless achiever? So here's the blend. You start with that rock-solid discipline from the boomers, that heads-down, just-get-it-done attitude. Then you mix in that street-smart, no-nonsense pragmatism of Gen X. On top of that, you layer in the innovative creativity that millennials are known for. And to finish it all off, you add a shot of that fearless, totally unapologetic boldness from Gen Z.
And what do you get when you put all that together? The result is, well, it's a personality that is super confident, but also unbelievably adaptable. We're talking about someone who's grounded enough to play the long game, but also fearless enough to just pivot on a dime when they need to. It's this incredible fusion of stability and pure agility.
Okay, so you've got this powerhouse personality as the engine. The big question is, how does this Pharaoh actually execute? How do they get stuff done? Let's crack open the work playbook. All right, the work ethic here is kind of like a 4-step hybrid process. First, you deliver results with that old-school boomer consistency and reliability. Can't argue with that. Second, you think with that sharp, strategic Gen X brain to map out your moves. Third, you innovate with that millennial knack for personal branding. And finally, you adapt to absolutely anything with the lightning-fast, digital-first agility of Gen Z.
And the real magic of this approach? It's just how flexible it makes you. Someone operating with this playbook can literally thrive anywhere. I mean, they could walk into a corporate boardroom and own it, turn around and launch their own startup, or lead some wild creative project, and they do it all seamlessly, without missing a single beat.
But of course, ambition on this scale, it needs fuel, right? So let's talk about the money. How does this kind of person actually build and manage their wealth?
And their financial strategy is, wow. It's a masterclass in not putting all your eggs in one basket. So they take that boomer wisdom, right? Valuing security, investing in proven assets like real estate. Then they add the Gen X layer, building multiple streams of income for true resilience. After that comes the millennial piece, leveraging their personal brand and their own ideas, their intellectual property. And finally, they've got the Gen Z speed, the ability to jump on new trends and digital models before anyone else.
But here's the most important part, the why behind it all. For a millennial Pharaoh, money is never just about getting rich. It's not the end goal. It's a tool, a powerful one. It's the key to unlocking real freedom, to building a legacy that lasts, and to having a genuine, positive influence on the world.
Okay, last piece of the puzzle. How does all this look, visually? How does the Pharaoh actually present themselves? This is what we call the look of influence.
And this is where it gets really, really cool. Their style is all about duality. So in the boardroom, we're talking timeless, sharp, tailored pieces that just scream respect. But then they'll show up to a networking event and they've swapped the dress shoes for a fresh pair of Jordans or some Yeezys. It shows they're plugged into the culture, that they're relevant, but they don't lose an ounce of that authority.
So in the end, for them, style is just another strategic tool. The whole goal is to hit that perfect balance. Look approachable, look like someone you can talk to,
but always command respect, no matter what room you're in.
And there you have it. That's the whole package. All of these different pieces, the personality, the way they work, the money mindset, the style, it all flows from this one core idea. You're taking 4 generations of wisdom, of strategy, of style, and distilling it all down into one single powerhouse archetype. It's a blueprint for achieving something that lasts.
Which brings me to the final question. And this one's for you. When you look at this whole model, the discipline, the strategy, the creativity, the boldness,